Are you wondering how to add color to your wardrobe in a way that just doesn't feel like it's overly trendy, it will be timeless, you're not wasting money, and it makes sense for your style? You're in the right place. I'm sharing tips on how to choose the right shades for you, what pieces are worth adding to your wardrobe, as well as how to build an outfit with color in it. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's your girl Jordan of Little Miss JB Style, your pear-shaped shorty style guru. And honestly, in my friend group, I am the color monochrome queen. You know I'm gonna toot my own horn. Like, nobody does color like I do. I love a good monochrome outfit. I love mixing different shades of the same color to really put together fun, functional outfits with pieces that I wear year after year after year. So I want to show you how to do that, how you can add color to your wardrobe so you're not wasting money, you're not stressing, and it's super easy. And I'm even going to show you my self-awareness technique that you can add to basically any area of your life to help you elevate and upgrade. Before I get into it, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Don't miss a video from me. I share ways that you can just elevate in style, in beauty, in life, your home decor, travel. If you want to reach the next level of your life, I share all kinds of tips and advice on how to get there. So follow along if that's some content you want to see. As always, if there's a piece that you are loving, don't worry, I'm going to give you the tea. There are links in my description sharing the pieces that I'm showing. If there's anything that is old or sold out, I make sure to note that. And the link there is just something that is similar in style, price, and of course quality. So how do you add color to your wardrobe? A quick look at my process is very simple, and I'm going to show you how to apply it in a way that makes sense for your wardrobe, right? So you're not stressing, you're not wasting money, and you are building your style in a way that you love and expresses yourself and you feel happy and confident. Like, I want you to feel confident, girl, okay? So for me, it starts out like I obsess over a color, right? Fall, it was brown, it had me in the clutches. I was wearing brown all the time. So once I identify the color that I'm looking to add to my wardrobe, I start focusing on the shade, okay? And the reason that the shade of the color is important is because you want to pick a shade that you feel good in, right? So there's a lot of colors I just feel like don't go with my skin tone, or I just don't like the way they make my skin look, so I avoid them, right? So once you identify the color you like, you're starting to look at the shade, okay? So do I like pastels? Do I like darker colors? Do I want something that's more true to the color, right? So identifying the shade is really important, is a really great place to start. Once I pick the color and the shade, then I start doing the shopping. So I'm looking for different pieces and I'm building what my capsule wardrobe is. Now, to build a capsule wardrobe in terms of color, you honestly only need 3 pieces to start. But for me, there's actually more like 6 or 7 that make up what I would say like my complete color collection for each color. So the essential 3, outerwear, so think a coat, a jacket, a shacket, a vest, anything outerwear is a great place to start. It's gonna be something to either give you a pop of color or it can actually bring your whole colorful outfit together. The second one is a top, right? So tank top, long sleeve, turtleneck, sweater, any kind of top, because that is another great way again to do a pop of color, especially as the temperatures are warmer, but you again can mix that with your outerwear piece to bring more color into your outfit. The last essential would be then a bottom, right? So this is like the 3 things you need if you want to do a monochrome outfit, is an outerwear piece, a top, and a bottom. But for me, it doesn't stop there. When I go all out, I go all out. I am head to toe. So the other things that I also look for in terms of my color capsule wardrobe is accessories. So hats, purses, shoes. Those to me are like, it's the polishing piece, right? It's like, yes, I can go with white. Yes, I can go with brown. Yes, I can go with black, but like, why not give in? Why not do the whole thing, right? Like, do it right. So that's the 4th thing for me. The 5th thing is then one pieces. So think dresses, jumpsuits. I feel like that's also an easy way you can layer it with your outerwear and with your accessories to also create a monochrome look. And it's not as much effort, I would say, because you just then only have to focus on maybe 3 pieces to put together. So that's my process, but how did I get here? How did I get so confident wearing color? How did I know where to start? And here's how you're gonna do it. First, we're gonna start with my self-assessment process. This is something that's really important because the fashion girlies that you love, the like style icons you look at, they buy with intention, okay? And you are probably unhappy with your wardrobe because maybe you're just buying because it was cute and you just wanted to wear it to this one thing. Maybe you bought something because it's like, okay, I saw it on the other fashion girlies, but you really didn't think through how it was gonna work with your wardrobe. It was just an impulse buy. And it's not that you can't impulsively buy anything, But you have to truly be self-aware. I think that's one of the things that is not talked about enough in wardrobe building, is just being honest with yourself and being aware of like your habits and how you like to do things is so important. So there are 3 steps, super easy to my self-awareness process. That's going to be the starting point for you to understand where you're currently at and how you're going to get to where you want to get to. So you're going to need a pen and a paper, and then you're also going to need access to your old photos of like old outfits, whether that's on Instagram or your camera roll. And then you're going to need like some inspo. The first step is going to be looking at past outfits. I want you to look for 2 things: outfits that you wore color in and outfits that you felt confident wearing color in. I think that's really, really important. It's not just enough that you wore the color, but did you feel good wearing it? So as you're looking at those photos, I want you to, with your piece of paper and your pen, to note down 3 things. I want you to note down the color you were wearing and the shade. So if you don't know the specific color, that's okay. You can do like pastel pink, you could do, hot pink, you could do fuchsia, however you want to note it. It's really important to understand the color and the shade that you were wearing. The last thing you're going to look at is the piece itself. Was it outerwear? Was it a top? Was it a bottom? Was it a one piece? Or was it accessories? So I would spend 10 minutes doing this. You don't have to do a whole lot of digging unless you don't wear color, which is okay. But this is going to give you an understanding of how you've worn color in the past in a way that you felt amazing in. And that's really important. That's a great tool to just kind of go, okay, I actually, okay, so maybe I do wear color and I'm not as uncomfortable wearing color as I thought I was. And then you're going to learn how you like to wear color. Do you like to do just a pop of color? So maybe it was a blazer, maybe it was some shoes and a matching purse. Or do you actually feel confident wearing color head to toe? Or are you mixing colors already, but maybe you just feel a little lost? So once you've kind of identified those 3 things, the next step is really, really easy. It should take 5 minutes. On the same piece of paper, just think about the last 2 weeks and write down how often you wore color each week, right? So it might just be 1 time per week. It might be 3 times per week. This is going to let you see how often you're actually currently wearing color, right? So maybe you wore color a lot in the past and you're noticing you're just not wearing it a lot now. And it may not be that you don't have color, but you just are trying to get that motivation back or that inspiration back to wear color again, right? So the point of this process is to really help you kind of gain more awareness, right? Like, because a lot of the times there is a disconnect. You might think, oh, I don't really wear color, but when you actually stop to think about it, maybe you do. And maybe you're just feeling like you want to add a different color, or maybe you're feeling like you want to take how you wear color to the next level. And that brings us to step 3. I want you to find about 5 to 10 pictures of people wearing color to make kind of a mood board. And once you've gotten those pictures together on your piece of paper, I want you to write down 3 things. You're noticing a theme. I really like to keep things simple because I find the more steps, the harder it is. So I want you to write down why you want to dress like that. This is so important. I think especially now, there's so much pressure, thanks to influencers and things like that, to just be photo ready, to always look put together, always have it together, always look like you are, right? There's a lot of pressure. So this is really about being honest with yourself. And as somebody in the influencer space, I can honestly say there are pieces or ways I wanted to dress because I'm like, that's what's getting the likes. That's what's going to get me, that's what's going to take me to this next level, or that's what I think a brand wants to see from me or my audience wants to see from me. And that's okay. You just have to be honest here. And I think that's so important. So maybe you're like, ooh, I want to try Kelly Green. And now that you're seeing it, you're like, oh, it's because I actually have been seeing all the fashion girlies wear Kelly Green, and you might not even like the color. And I think that's really important to note. So know why you want to have this style. And that's also going to give you that motivation to kind of take it to the next level. Like, I just want to look chicer. Maybe you do want to be more photo ready. That's okay. The second thing, what do you feel is the difference between how they are dressing and how you're dressing? And again, be honest, because some of it really could just be the angle and the lighting and the photographer. There are so many times where I have seen a piece like on a website and I have not thought anything of it, but then I see it styled and I see her with that angle and I see her with that light and I'm like, yes, that's the piece I need. But I have learned, especially being in the influencer space, to take a step back and go, wait. Just because it looks like that on her doesn't mean it'll look like that on me. She has this professional level photo that I don't have. And it's not that I don't dress like that or I don't look like that. I just don't take photos like that, right? So sometimes you just need that perspective too, to just say, okay, truly, what do I feel is the difference? Is it they're more polished, they're mixing colors and I'm not mixing colors, they're interjecting patterns, So taking note of that. And the last thing to note is honestly just, do you have the pieces you feel like to pull off that style right now, or do you need new pieces for that? That's really, really important. Again, like, you can look at your closet and go, oh, I actually do have that blazer or a blazer in that color that she has, and this is actually the blazer I have is a better cut for my body, right? The last part of the self-awareness exercise, I want you to just go to your closet really quickly and just look at the colors you already have. And I want you to, again, think about that capsule wardrobe really quickly. And I want you can do this on your piece of paper, you can do it mentally. Just take note of what's already there, right? Do you have the outerwear piece? Do you have the top? Do you have the bottom? Do you have a one piece? Do you have accessories? I want you to just mentally think about that with all the different colors you have, because you need to identify the gaps. If you have no color, there's a huge gap, right? But say you actually do have the outerwear and you have a top, but maybe you're missing a bottom and some accessories, right? Or you're missing a one piece and you really want a one piece. So you want to go through and identify the gap. This is really, really important as we go into the next step. So once you finish the self-awareness journey, I don't want it to take longer than 30 minutes, right? Grab you some wine, make you a smoothie, put on some music, light a candle, get yourself in a good I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, remind yourself you that baddie mindset as you go through this, right? Now that you've done the self-assessment, I really want to know, what did you discover? Did you discover you really don't wear any color, which is absolutely okay? Did you discover maybe you do wear color, but just not as often, and so you're trying to get out of a rut? And I'm also curious, what color are you obsessing over right now? Because that's going to help you with this next step. Tell me in the comments below. So now that you've kind of gotten some self-awareness, how you kind of feel comfortable wearing clothes, where it is you want to go, right? We're going to get into the fun part. So start with a color you are obsessing over, right? Let's go with blue. Let's just do that for an example, right? I want you, now that you're obsessed with blue, to spend an afternoon and go to the stores. And this step is going to be a little hard now with COVID, but the goal is to only focus on blue or whatever the color you're obsessing over, right? And I want you to identify the shades that are calling you, like what are the shades that really are just popping out at you, and identify the pieces, right? I know the fashion girls are like, this is the shade of the year and you should wear this Pantone, whatever, but the key to really having timeless pieces that you're going to wear year after year, especially when it comes to color that isn't going to feel dated, is choosing shades that feel good to you and that you're drawn to, right? So don't just go with what like ever the color of like the season is right now. Truly find the shade that you like, and because like it'll be purple, and then if you like purple and you found some shades of purple, you're already gonna look stylish even if it's not the exact shade of the year. So don't worry about that. So you go to the store, and before you go to the store, here's another tip. Get dressed up in an outfit you actually feel good in, because if you go in sweats, it's going to be so easy. Everything's going to look better than you in sweats, right? So I want you to go dressed up feeling good, because this is going to make you more critical as you look at the pieces, right? Because I want you to go to the store, focus on the color you're obsessed with, and I want you to pay attention to the shade, and I want you to pay attention to the pieces, and I want you to try things on where it is possible, because it is very important for you to see it on yourself and understand if you like it or not. That's going to show, okay, I actually don't like the blazer and I don't like a top, because colors closer to your face are going to affect how your skin tone looks versus like pants, right? So that all of that is going to play into, and I need you to be paying attention to that, but I also need you to be feeling good while you're doing that, because if you already feel like, ugh, I look ugly, anything's going to look great, okay? The next step is thinking about that capsule wardrobe. So say you're obsessing over blue, that's our example. I want you to think about, okay, do I have a blue outerwear? Do I have a blue top? Do I have a blue bottom? And if you're trying to go beyond that, do I have some blue accessories? Do I have a blue one piece? So I want you to focus on filling out those pieces. And so the great thing about sticking to one color is that it's going to be easy to mix and match, because blue is going to match with blue is going to match with blue. You don't have to worry about that. The only thing you'll have to worry about as you're doing this is whether or not you're trying to do like exact matching. So if you're trying to do navy blue, you're going to want to make sure that you have the navy blue piece with you to make sure those are like an exact match. But if you want to mix and match within the same color, like a light blue and a dark blue like this, then you really aren't going to have to worry about exact matching, because it's all going to go together, and then it can easily be a pop of color. So stick to the shades that feel like they make the most sense to you, you like to wear, you feel confident in. Again, that's really, really important to having a more timeless wardrobe, and you won't waste your money, because like you didn't buy the trendy color just because it was trendy. You stuck with the color that you know works for you and you like to wear and you feel comfortable and confident in, right? Once you've identified your shades, you are now looking for pieces to finish out your capsule wardrobe. And once you kind of put together like the capsule pieces, the 3 to 6 pieces, you can start moving on to the next color, right? So just start all over, okay? So what's the next color I really want to obsess over? What do I already have in my wardrobe? What are the shades in this color that I'm really, really loving? And what pieces am I missing? So I can fill in that capsule wardrobe for that color now. So you can go as overboard as you want to. You can do that with every single color, or just do it with maybe like 2 or 3 colors. But from there, it's about putting together the outfits, right? So now let's get into putting together outfits, okay? So there's really 3 ways to interject color in your outfits, okay? You have the pop of color, right? So fun, so easy. There's really not a lot, I feel like, of tips you need there. You can either go with one color in the same shade all the way throughout. So a fun like blue blazer, and then the same color blue purse and the same color blue shoes with like a neutral underneath. Totally fun, totally easy. You could also go with mixing colors while you're doing a pop of color. So you could do maybe like a lighter, say pink blazer, and then like darker pink accessories. That's a fun way to do the pop of color. So there's really no wrong way to do the pop of color. I feel like that's a little self-explanatory. So what I want to give you is tips on monochrome outfits and then on color blocking. So when you're thinking about monochrome outfits, one of the things I want you to think about is texture, okay? Even if you're playing with different shades, another great way to add depth, and I talk about this all the time, is texture. I love finding unique textured pieces. It's like my new obsession. If I'm going to be wearing one color head to toe, even in different shades, it's like I want texture, because that adds just an element of thought throughness, and it keeps your outfit from looking flat, because different textures are going to give you like it just gives a different feel. I don't know how else to really explain it, but it's just like mixing like a suede with like a satin with like some ribbed texture. Like it just adds richness to it. I cannot say it any better way than that. It just gives it that extra level. So I want you to think about, as you're looking at pieces to add, is also finding pieces with unique texture. And so again, this is going to be a little bit personal. Some textures that I feel like are very classic, they're never going to go out of style. Satin is always a great option. It looks luxurious, it looks chic. So any faux silk, satiny material, especially in tops or in pants, you're going to exude luxury, and it's going to look really, really great, and it's going to be easy to wear. Ribbed textures is also a really great texture. That's a very classic. You're never going to go wrong with that. If you want something more fun, fringe always comes back around. So I feel like that's not even like a trend anymore. I feel like the right pieces, it's just going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to be able to get a lot of wear out of it, and it will just add some interest. So those are some textures that are going to be timeless, that are going to be chic. And the other thing I want you to consider is tailoring, okay? So as you're picking pieces, be picky, okay? I feel like this cannot be stressed enough. Do not settle for pieces that just fit okay. You want these pieces to look like they are custom made to you, and whether that means you're leaving something in the store because it really doesn't fit right and it's not comfortable, or you're buying something with the intention of tailoring it, please, please, please. Like, that is one of the biggest reasons you probably don't have the style you want, is you also, like, you found the piece, you found the color, but it just doesn't fit quite right. And that makes a huge, huge difference. So be picky, please, be picky. So thinking about monochrome, and now that you understand some of the textures, here's the last thing to keep in mind, and that is your proportion. If you're pear-shaped, I have a whole video on how to dress your body, and this is actually really helpful no matter what your body proportions are. There are some things to consider, but giving you just a very high level, right? Keep in mind your proportions, okay? So if you are looking to create an hourglass shape, which is what a lot of the advice is circled around, no matter your body shape, you know, remember that lighter colors expand, darker colors minimize. And that's true when you're thinking about the shades in the colors you're wearing. So if you are trying to create an hourglass shape and you're pear-shaped, lighter colors will go on top, darker colors will go on bottom, right? Or lighter colors may go underneath, and a darker outerwear to help slenderize overall. And that's going to be true whether you're doing monochrome or whether you're mixing and matching colors, right? So that brings me into color blocking, mixing and matching colors to create those kinds of outfits. The key here, when you are thinking about mixing and matching colors, there's so many ways that you can do it. The general rule of thumb, though, is that you want to stay within the same shade as you're playing with different colors. So if you're doing pastels, you want to keep all the colors pastel. So pastel pink, pastel blue, pastel green, right? If you're going to do jewel tones, right? Stick to jewel tone pink, jewel tone blue, you know, that's the general rule when it comes to mixing and matching colors. And that's why understanding where you want your style to go is really important, but also understanding the shades that you like was really important, because that's going to help you branch out into that next step of really elevating. So if you're like, but I'm trying to do monochrome, and I know that if I play with blue, I can wear any shade of blue, and if I want to do an hourglass shape, my lighter color should be on top if I have one, or darker color should be on, and my darker color should be on bottom, right? Or hey, you know what, I actually don't mind wearing monochrome, but I do want to mix and match my colors. I now understand that, you know, I now need colors and pastel shades to mix and match, and that's why my outfits weren't looking put together. And that is why the self-awareness part is so important. You have to be self-aware of your body shape. You have to be self-aware of how you actually like to dress. You need to be self-aware of just how things are actually fitting on your body and how they feel. And that's why that first exercise I feel like was so important. I want you to feel confident, and you have to understand what you've liked to wear and what you felt confident in, so you can keep your focus on that as you're looking at new pieces to add to your wardrobe and create these colorful outfits, especially in a way that is going to transition with you as your style grows and evolves. Like, that's what's so important. I have so many pieces. This blazer I bought in Spain in like 2017. It is 4 years later. I still love this blazer and wear it, right? And that's why I share that. It's so important because you need to be self-aware. And that's where it's great to understand maybe the trends in terms of color, but also to be firm and like, hey, I know myself, I know what I like, and I feel comfortable and confident in, and I look good in, and I'm cool sticking with that. And that's gonna help you build a timeless wardrobe, is that self-awareness piece, right? So to recap, how to add color to your wardrobe. Start by looking at what you already have. Do you wear color? Don't you wear color? If you have color, think about that capsule wardrobe. Remember those 5 pieces: outerwear, tops, bottoms, one pieces, accessories, right? Then you're looking for gaps. So, okay, maybe I have the outerwear and the pants, but I'm missing these other 3. Now I can go shopping, focusing on this one specific color to fill those gaps. And I already understand what pieces and what shades I like in that color. So that cuts down my time shopping. That saves me money. I'm not gonna waste money buying something else that doesn't work and I don't like, right? And lastly, now you have that understanding. I need to add textures if I'm gonna wear one color to add that extra oomph, that really take it up to the next level and look chic and put together and elevated. I know how to mix and match colors and shades in a way that's going to flatter my figure and really elevate my style. So that is how you add color to your wardrobe. It doesn't have to be fast, it should be deliberate, and it should be in a way that works for you and your style and your life. If you want more inspiration, I have tons of videos that I will link in the description. I have how to wear brown, how to wear green, how to make colorful outfits, to give you even more ideas of how to put these outfits together and things to consider as you're doing that. So please check those out after this. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. I really hope you feel empowered. I want to know what about this video was most beneficial to you. Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like and the follow button. If you don't already, check me out on my other social channels. I'm on Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, Like to Know It, all kinds of in-app exclusives, so a reason to follow me on each platform. And thank you again, Queen. I really hope that you feel elevated and empowered, because that's what I want for you. And I will see you next time. Bye.